wonder why some people's net worth seem to explode after hitting a certain point? The secret isn't making millions. It's in the first 100,000. Why is the initial sum so transformative? Many of us aren't taught the basics of money management in school, and if it's not learned from family, we're left to navigate the financial world unguided. So, in this video, we're going to get into the dynamics of building wealth. We'll look at how your first $100,000 sets up a domino effect, paving the way for financial success. We'll break down the strategies and mindset shift that make all the difference, far beyond just making millions. Let's go. You're probably wondering why stacking up that first 100,000 feels like a steep uphill battle. It's a mix of strict discipline, increasing your earning potential, and understanding the real kicker, compound interest. Let's talk about discipline first. It's the backbone of saving. Like any new fitness regimen, the initial phase is a grind. You're sweating to build out that financial strength, carving out those crucial saving and investing habits. It's not just about putting money aside occasionally. It's about consistent effort, year over year, regardless of life's curveballs. This level of commitment, it's hard. Considering over 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and that pertains to both low-wage and high-income families, with almost 8 out of 10 consumers earning less than $50,000 a year living paycheck to paycheck. While the cost of living in the United States varies depending on factors such as location, lifestyle, and family size, on average, the annual cost of living for a household in the United States is about $61,334. Building the habit to save, spend less than you earn, and avoiding lifestyle creep is hard. Next is earning power. Earning power is like leveling up in a video game. At the start of your career, you're essentially at level 1, gaining skills, experiences, and maybe tackling a few side hustles to boost your income stats. But the job market you're playing in has some legacy players. Baby boomers. Born between 1946 to 1964, these veterans have been in the game longer, often occupying higher paying roles for decades. In fact, over 40% of baby boomers have shown loyalty to a single employer for over 20 years, and a notable 18% have stayed the course for more than 30 years. However, as the generation edges closer to retirement, with nearly 10,000 turning 65 daily, the job landscape is shifting. The mass retirement of boomers opens up space for Gen Xers and millennials to step up into higher leadership roles. And uniquely different compared to just 10 years ago is making money online. Younger generations are more digitally fluent, think TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, compared to the older generations who might not be as comfortable in the digital realm. This isn't just a new trend, but it's a fundamental shift in how we work and earn, leveling the playing field. Finally, there's the time value of money and compound interest. This one's straight out of business school textbook, but here's the real world translation. Money now is worth more than the same amount down the line because of what you can do with it. It's why financial pros are always harping on investing early, and why your money has more time to multiply with compound interest. The longer it's invested, the more it grows. So let's say you invest $10,000 in S&P 500 index fund, which get an average yearly return about 7%, which has been historically the amount investors can expect. After 5 years, your money would have grown from $10,000 to $14,000. That's 5 whole years to earn an additional $4,000. That's why saving your first $100,000 is so hard. So to round up, making that $100,000 milestone isn't just about saving pennies. It's a strategic game of boosting earnings through side hustles, holding back on instant gratification, and staying invested. It's the long game where the stakes are high, but the rewards, they're well worth the hustle. Now, getting to that first 100,000 is a bit like breaking through the toughest part of a marathon. It's a test of your consistency and patience. Now, let's break down the math to see why things speed up past that point. Say you set aside $10,000 a year with a 7% return, which is about the historic average. It'll take you roughly 7.8 years to reach $100,000. During this initial phase, most of your money is your hard-earned cash. Over 75% of it, in fact. The interest, it's just a small part of the equation. It feels like a solo effort because it mostly is. And yes, it's a slog. Saving that first $100,000 is usually the longest stretch because you're laying the groundwork for your financial principal contributions. Now here's where it gets interesting. Once you get that $100,000, the next milestone comes faster, thanks to compound interest. Your principal starts to work harder, earning interest upon interest. It's like a snowball, a small one at first, but it starts to roll down a hill, picking up speed and size as it goes. To put it into perspective, the journey to $200,000 will take about 5 years, then 3.8 years to $300,000, and that time keeps shrinking for each $100,000 after. By the time you're closing to $1 million, that last stretch of $100,000, it'll zip by in 1.4 years. Compound interest takes the wheel more in every cycle. Here's the kicker. After 18 years, interest is doing the bulk of the work, ballooning your investments. The trend is unmistakable after you conquer the $100,000 hurdle. The growth of your net worth isn't just steady, it rockets. The takeaway? Hustle to that first $100,000. Shave off a year or two where you can, because accelerating that initial accumulation sets you up to a swifter ride to millionaire status, if that's your goal. Imagine you park that $100,000 in an S&P 500 and you let it be. Do nothing else. And in 33 years, compound interest would have turned you into a millionaire, even in your sleep. That's the power of your first $100,000. It's the cornerstone of wealth building. Now, how do you make your first $100,000? There's a few key things. To hit that first $100,000, your mindset and habits are key. It's like building a muscle. The more you work at it, the stronger it gets. Discipline means making smart financial decisions on repeat, even when it's tempting to splurge. Consistency is about sticking to your savings plan, rain or shine. It's not about the big windfalls, it's about the steady drip of savings that fills the pool. Train yourself to live a little below your means and watch your account balance climb. The best way to do this is to automate your money into savings and investing each month, so you don't have to think about it. Experts have suggested to save about 15% of your take-home pay, but if you can't start there, then do 5% or even less. The idea is getting into the habit and building the system to get you there. Now, grasping how money flows is crucial. Budgeting is key. Every dollar has a path: earning, saving, investing, spending. Know the routes and you'll keep more in your pocket. If you're interested in getting started, then you can check out my video on 7 different budgeting methods over here. Moreover, understand how taxes work as an employee versus a business owner. Taxes for individuals in a salaried 9-to-5 position are typically managed through payroll withholdings, where the employer deducts the necessary federal and state income taxes, as well as Social Security and Medicare taxes. Now, in contrast, business owners navigate a more intricate tax landscape, but they benefit from a wider range of deductions and credits. Legally, a business can reduce its taxable income by writing off business expenses, such as operational costs, salaries, and business-related travel, up to a certain point. Understanding the difference between ownership model versus salaried employee model is crucial. As a business owner, you're encouraged to leverage these legal deductions to minimize your tax liability, recognizing your contribution to the economy and economic development, particularly by providing jobs for other people. Bad debt is like a leak in your financial boat. It'll sink you if you're not careful, especially as credit card rates are on average close to 25%. Credit card debt, high interest rate loans, those are the culprits. Tackle them head on. The faster you're free from high interest payments, the more you can funnel into your savings and investments. It's not glamorous work, but plugging these leaks means you'll be sailing smooth towards that $100,000. There's a limit to how much expense you can cut. You still need to eat and get to places, but there's no limit to how much you can make and earn. Given rising expenses, investing in your skills, including learning the skill to make money, is really important. And it is a skill you can learn. Then there's the side hustle game. In 2023, over 50% of Americans have a side hustle, even if they earn $100,000 or more. It's not just about extra cash, it's about diversifying your income sources. It's the financial version of not putting all your eggs in one basket. More streams of income means that you'll have a higher chance that you can hit that $100,000 mark faster. Time is money, literally, when it comes to compounding. Start investing early, even if it's a small amount. Over time, compounding can turn your savings into a mountain. It's the financial equivalent of planting a tree. The sooner you plant it, the longer it has to grow. And the growth isn't just linear, it'll accelerate over time. So start early and let the power of compound interest help you make that first $100,000. Friends, thanks so much for watching. For more content like this, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. If you're interested in 7 things the rich don't buy, then you can check out my video over here. See you in the next one.